MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the long ball beasts and the expansion era boomers. It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. Two of the league's hardest throwers go head-to-head next. Nolan Ryan is the man towing the rubber for the Boomers in this one. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, man, this is one of the game's all-time best pitchers. Over 300 career wins, and he's been doing his thing for a long time. It'll be interesting to see if he can continue that solid work in this one today, man.
Craig Biggio digging in now, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
The second baseman, Craig Biggio.
First pitch on its way. Fastball here too low, and it's 1-0.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
And now pitch on the way. In there, 1-1.
Let's get it going, boys. Somebody's loose, hitting 98 with ease in the first inning.
Ripped down the line. And a sliding effort there, but that ball had eyes, and the leadoff man's on base to start the inning.
Hey, that's what the threat of getting a bunt down and the threat of speed does. It brings the third baseman in right there, in too far to be able to react in time to that bullet down the line.
Stepping in now, Barry Larkin, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch outside, the throw is in time, and Piazza gets his man.
Well, so much for that first hit of the game. Tried to press their luck and move him up to second with the steal, but it didn't work out.
2-0 count, the pitch. 3-0 now.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
There's ball 4.
And that's the beauty of having a guy in the 2-hole like him. He's almost like another leadoff hitter, working a walk with just 1 out, and I think there's a good chance that he's going to be on the move at some point.
So 1 gone in the inning here with a runner at first, and that'll bring in the third baseman, Chipper Jones. From the stretch.
Hey! That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
0-1, here's the pitch. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Jimmy Rollins will come on now and run at first base following the injury. Rollins, base runner at first with 1 out. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball, using the slide step to try to control the running game.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
All even now, 2-2. And another foul ball. And it's fouled away. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Throw over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in. Another try at 2-2, and he fouls this one off. Fly ball out to right field. And there's out number 2 as this is taken in shy of the track, and the runner will have to retreat. And now here's a look at Tony La Russa's lineup for the visiting long ball beasts. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Matty, this lineup's got to be willing to adjust. They cannot stay staunch and try and pull everything, or there will be a ton of ground ball and weak fly ball contact. They have to be willing to use line to line to get this done today.
And he'll get back in safely. So now to the plate, Vladimir Guerrero. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. Two out with the man at first. Throw over to the bag. And they pitch out here, but nothing's happening. Ball 2. And there he goes towards second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
Good steal of second there, and that really sets up the middle of this order to drive in a run and break this scoreless ball game. Always great if you can score first early in the game.
Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike.
It'll be interesting if he comes in the zone aggressively again here. With the base open, he doesn't have to.
Two out here and a runner at second. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2. The payoff pitch. He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. So they get a man to second here in the top half, but he's stranded there. On now to the bottom of inning number 1 with no score after a half an inning. Pedro Martinez, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he can be really tough to hit.
Jimmy Rollins will stay in the ball game as a new shortstop.
Now from short, number 11.
Now at the plate is Ricky Henderson. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off the ball game this afternoon.
Pitch on the way.
The left fielder, Ricky.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. And this is high, a ball and a strike.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes now.
This is why you pay the price of admission right here. Power on power. My money's on the pitcher.
Misses, ball 2.
Hey, that's a nice take by the batter right there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better to at least entice a swing.
There's a shin-high slider laid off for a ball. Tony Gwynn is on deck. Full count here. Here comes the pitch. To the left side, but it's well fouled. A payoff pitch one more time. Shoots this one over to first. Scooped up. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the leadoff man is gone here to start the home first. Moment now to have a look at Tommy Lasorda's lineup for the expansion era Boomers. Mark, daytime baseball at home. What do we need to know about these guys?
Matty, you focus on this lineup, the middle of the order jumps out at you because of the big power. But my focus today is on the table setters. The guys that set the tone. They have to be willing to work the count and find ways to get on base and create a little bit of havoc on the defense.
Tony Gwynn comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. 1 out, nobody on. This is on the ground over to first. Oh, what a stop on the slide. It's there, and he's out. Next to hit is Ken Griffey Jr. looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Now here's the pitch. 3-0 now.
Now with the bases empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just because it's 3-0. He's a guy that could ambush you and lose one over the wall.
Into the windup and the pitch. 3-1.
But his pitcher's feeling the flow right now. 2 outs in the first inning. He's got really nice mechanics working right now. Blew that fastball right by him.
And a good job there to lay off. It's ball 4 as he becomes their first base runner of the ball game now with 2 away.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
Ready now is Mike Schmidt. From the stretch, runner goes for second. Pitch outside the throw, and he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Another look at the throw down that results in a 3rd out on the bases. We're off to the second, scoreless on the show. New inning set to get underway, and in steps Big Frank.
The first baseman, number 35, Frank Thomas.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. One and two to Frank Thomas.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
This is on the ground over to first. Reined in. Throw is in time for the first out of the second.
That is good.
Time for a look at the defensive alignment for the home team. And the average big league shortstop can make every play, but can they make the highlight reel play? In order to do that, you got to be able to put your back foot in the ground and absolutely unload from that 5.5 hole if you're playing shortstop. And that's what this guy does. He brings a different element to the game. He has got an absolute hand cannon.
Joe Carter is at the plate as he watches ball one. No score here as we play inning number two. That evens it up 1-1.
After fouling off the second one, I got to step out of the box, adjust my batting gloves, and tell myself there's no chance he's tripling up on that pitch.
Up in the zone for him, and he takes a called strike two.
A pretty aggressive pitch right there up in the zone. Surprised he didn't offer at it.
Fastball well outside.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
Fouled away. Ready with another 2-2. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. Pudge Rodriguez will be next. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up. Hit out towards second. He's got it. In time to first, and there are two away.
That is cut. The catcher is on Rodriguez.
Bases are empty here with two away, and that means Pudge Rodriguez will dig into bat at the plate. First pitch of the AB now. Taken high and deep to right. And he's going to make the catch. Oh, and he paid the price for it, too, as he crashes into the wall. One more look at the final out. A teeth rattler if ever there was one. Through an inning and a half, no score on the show. And now in the box, Mike Schmidt. He's set to lead off the home half of the second. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Martinez, he's the kind of pitcher that a lot of pitching coaches and managers really appreciate, and that he rarely issues the free pass. He's a strike thrower.
Yeah, Matty V, and I think every pitching coach and every manager loves to have a guy like this on his staff. He won't beat himself. He'll make you put the ball in play, and he's not afraid to get his defense allowed. He's a pitch-to-contact guy, and that's one of the keys why he's been able to be such a good pitcher at this level.
They'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
At the plate now, Willie Stargell. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. And he falls behind 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there, 2 away.
Looked to me like he had the right idea with the swing on that pitch, and he just didn't get the bat through the zone in time. The pitch was away. He let it get deep, maybe trying to take it the other way, but it got too deep and was by him by the time his barrel could get in the correct position.
Into the box, Mike Piazza. As he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate, trying to avoid becoming the 3rd strikeout victim of the inning here. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Two and one to Piazza. Now the 2-1. Doesn't hit the target. It's ball 3.
Hey, after those 2 breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
Bottom of the 2nd here with no score. Now a flare out toward right center. Biggio ranging into the outfield. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd, and we are tied 0-0. Top of the 3rd set to get underway, and that brings up Grady Sizemore. First pitch of the AB on its way.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
2-0 now. Pitch on the way. Up and in. Big danger now. It's 3-0.
Just a little bit off to start the 3rd now. That's 3 straight balls.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Had the red light there, and it's 3-1. 4 pitches, all takes. He's showing a lot of patience here.
And I like that from a guy like him, Matty. He can do a lot of damage on a base pass with his legs, so there's no reason for him to get overly aggressive if he's not getting anything to handle.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3.
Well, in a scoreless game, you want to do anything you can to jumpstart your offense. With the speed of this guy on first, don't be surprised if he gets the green light here.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. To second for 1. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
He got the bunt down, but he didn't deaden it enough. Really good job by the first baseman to charge in and make a good throw to second to get the lead runner.
To the plate now, Craig Biggio, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. A base hit in his first trip. Oh and 1, here it comes. Right there, and it's quickly 0-2 now.
Surprised the pitcher would even go to the top of the zone looking for a double play in this situation.
Martinez stands at first with 1 out. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
This is the kind of at bat where your hitting coach grabs you on the way back to the dugout to have a little chat about your approach. Not a lot of positive strikes, and then you chase one out of the zone to go down on only 3 pitches. Here
comes Jimmy Rollins as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. This is in the air to left field. Henderson finds some space out there for the catch to retire the side. So no runs, no base hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are tied 0-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and digging in is the big-time power threat, Cal Ripken. First offering. And that misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Ripken in front, 2 balls and no strikes.
Not a bad spot to miss right there. Much rather have it run inside than out over the plate where the hitter can do a lot of damage.
Too high. And it's 3-0.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the 3rd.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
So next to hit is Joe Morgan. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. He's set. Here it comes.
Nice job by the pitcher right there to establish himself back into the strike zone. Would have liked to have seen the hitter been a little bit more aggressive in that situation. Usually when a pitcher throws 4 balls in a row, that next pitch you could get super greedy right down the middle.
And there's ball 1. A runner at first with no outs here. And this one gets away. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And that'll hurt as the runner will move into scoring position now.
I think this all stems from the fact that they're trying to make sure the guy at the plate doesn't hurt them at all. And with that base open at first, they might opt to just put him on.
Now the 2-1 pitch.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact that your batting average goes up as you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a great spot to be in if you're the pitcher.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
And that's 2 free passes in the 3rd inning alone. So you have to wonder if maybe it's something mechanical or if it's just psychological. Got to get back on track here.
Now at the plate here is Nolan Ryan. A fairly clear sacrifice situation here with 2 on and nobody out. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Bunt attempt is popped into foul ground, and he will make the over-the-head catch behind the plate. Wow, a nice play there for the first out.
Now back, left fielder, Ricky.
So now to the plate, Ricky Henderson. 0 for 1 here in the early going. He's set and the pitch.
1-0.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
One 1-0 pitch on the way. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1.
Can't come out of his game plan right here. He knows he's a known sinker baller. I know it was a 4-seamer right there, but get back to that 2-seam. It's what his MO is.
And this one's up around the eyes, 2-1.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Fouled off. Job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Three and two now.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome. You go back to the dugout as an offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Chopped at third. Tough to get 2. There's one to Thomas. They get them both, and the side is retired. Couple of walks in the inning, but nothing on the scoreboard. 3 innings in the books. Still no score on the show. All set for the start of the 4th. And standing in now, one of the best players of the past 2 decades, the great Chipper Jones.
I know we're not seeing a lot of offense in this one, but there's still some game left. I'm looking to see these guys, both offenses, make some notable adjustments at the dish and try and scratch a few runs across.
In there for strike 1, 0-1.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
0-2 to the Hall of Famer Chipper Jones. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Griffey waits on it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. So with the fly out there coming on the fastball, seems like an appropriate time to check out our pitch speed comparison for these 2 starters. And fellas, if we do games together for the next decade, we might never see 2 starters in the same game throwing that hard. I mean, this has really been something. Next, it'll be Vladimir Guerrero, struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
And it's fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Gwynn is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Frank Thomas.
Next up, Frank Thomas. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Good changeup there to start him, but it drops a little low for ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. A ball and a strike.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there. Going right after one of the better hitters on this team. Not afraid to execute.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
Hey, usually the second time through the order you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch. And he fouls this one off. Another full count pitch home. Now a swing and a third straight fly ball here should get him out of the inning. 1-2-3. He's under it, and that ends the inning. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Tony Gwynn. First pitch of the AB on its way. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Didn't mess around much in that at-bat, Dan.
No, that was pretty impressive, Matt. I really like a pitcher that trusts and works off his fastball. And right there, he decided he didn't need to use anything else. 3 straight heaters, and go Brett's bench.
At the plate, Ken Griffey Jr. As he will take a look at a fastball in there as that strike zone expands just a little. It's 0-1. Worked a walk in his first plate appearance. The windup and the 0-1. Good hard sinker swung on and missed. 0-2.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk, coming right after him here.
Oh-2 pitch to Junior. Really pulled that one across as the slider misses well inside. Back up the middle. Scooped up. Throw to Thomas is in time for the out.
Now batting, third baseman, Mike Schmidt.
Next to stand in is Mike Schmidt. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. First pitch on its way. And this is taken outside for ball 1. Had him out in front there as he takes strike 1 on the circle change. Look into Pudge now, the 1-1. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
Thought this middle of the order might give him a fight and put up a little bit of resistance, but that hasn't been the case. He's carving right through them here.
The 1-2. Now a shot sent off to the right side, but foul. 2 out, nobody on. Fouled away. Another 1-2 delivery. Now here's a fly ball. Well hit. Left fielder looking up at the track. The wall. And that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run. So a solo shot down the line in left. As they get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, if you're going to get your first hit of the game, you might as well do it with a bang. He thought he could squeeze one past him, but he thought wrong.
Standing in now, Willie Stargell.
Number 8.
As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The 0-1 pitch.
Sort of surprising to see a 5-hole hitter take 2 in a row for strikes to start an at-bat. Now he's way behind the count, so we'll see if he can battle back.
That misses. 1-2.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Got caught lunging there as this one's fouled away. Set to deal on 2-2. Fouled off. The 2-2 one more time. Is looked at and the count moves full.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down, and the inning is over. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. We're through 4. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Leading off the inning, it'll be Joe Carter as they'll look to spark the offense and even things up. First offering on its way. And it's 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
This guy is really locked in on the bump right now. He's just playing good old-fashioned hardball right now, just rearing back and letting it go. And it seems like this lineup, they don't have an answer for anything he's bringing so far.
So now to the plate, Pudge Rodriguez. 0-1 the count. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And it's fouled away. Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. Here now the 2-2. Swing and a little blooper to center. Ripken has a play, and that's the second out of the inning. So 2 out, nobody on, and that brings up Grady Sizemore. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
And he takes this one high, 1-1. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
Man, he's in control of all his weapons right here. 1 strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Set now for the bottom of the fifth, and next will be the power-hitting catcher, Mike Piazza. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off wide at first, but boy, that had some zip on it. Now the fastball is swung on and missed.
Woo-wee! That was some smoke right there. High fire right on by.
Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he fouls this one off. Another 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out.
I always like watching pitchers that attack with their fastballs until there's a reason to start mixing it up. He hasn't needed many of his secondary pitches so far in this one, and there was another good fastball for a strikeout there.
At the plate now, Cal Ripken, as he'll take a look at ball 1. He drew a base on balls his first time up. The 1-0 home is taken, strike 1.
One of the best ways to keep a guy uncomfortable is to pound him inside. They're doing that, and this one caught the zone.
On its way is pitch number 75. To 1-2 now. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. Reined in. Throw on to first. 2 gone.
The batter, number 8, second baseman, Joe Morgan.
Now to bat, Joe Morgan worked a walk in his first plate appearance. Pitch on the way. Popped him up. Rollins is there for it. And that's the 3rd out. So they breeze through this half of the inning. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. The Boomers lead it 1-0. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Pedro Martinez. Here's the first pitch to him.
That's a ball.
And he takes ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Fouled away. A sign now from Piazza, the 1-1.
2 balls, 1.
You certainly know he's not trying to work around the pitcher. But sometimes the hardest thing to do is to throw a strike to a guy that you know won't swing the bat.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Henderson comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out.
The batter, number 7, second baseman, Craig Biggio.
Digging in will be Craig Biggio, 1 for 2. He singled and struck out in 2 trips. Pitch on the way. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in a 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the break. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Fastball runs in tight here, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
And he looks at ball 4 now, so he's aboard, and you always have to worry about the threat of the steal when he's on base.
Well, you never want to issue a free pass if you can help it, but when a hitter like that digs in, you'd rather he's standing at first than driving a ball out of here and erasing your one-run lead.
So a runner at first now with 1 away, and that'll bring in Jimmy Rollins. Now a throw over and a dive, but he's back in. And again a throw, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. First pitch on its way. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1.
Good speed at first and good speed with a guy at the dish. Going to be tough to double up these guys. If you're an infielder, got to get rid of it quick.
Just 1 hit apiece for both of these clubs. And he takes a called strike 2.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
Piazza waits on it, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Now batting, third baseman, Chipper Jones.
Now at the plate, Chipper Jones. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB. When that threat of running's on first base, man, does that change the whole pitcher's mentality. This guy at the plate should assume nothing but heaters coming right at him.
And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1. Now a move over to first, and the runner back safely. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch is high. The throw. It skips in, and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there. Well, that stolen base was about as bang-bang as they come, and as Show Track demonstrates to us right here, it was his top speed that really made all the difference. He's definitely got wheels, and they were on display there. Two and one, here it is.
Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with 2 out.
Now that the right field.
Striding in is Vladimir Guerrero, trying here to plate the tying run from second. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. A high fastball is in there.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike one.
Ready with the 0-1.
There's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if they have to incorporate that into their mindset.
0-2. Here it is.
Nope, that's the ball.
0-2 pitch is a sinker that misses, but he's still in command. 1-2.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off the plate.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Now 2-2. This is the pitch where you want to attack the zone. If you go 3-2, then you put the runners in motion.
A swing and a ground ball to third. And the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. Boomers are on top, 1-0. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Nolan Ryan, popped into foul ground his last time up. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Stepping in once again is Ricky Henderson. A couple of ground outs on his batting line in 2 trips so far. First pitch on its way.
Nope.
And a ball 1-0.
After watching that one go by and a ball being called, you could rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. 1-1. Skied into straightaway right. Drifting over is Guerrero, and he has it for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 19, Tony.
Into the box, Tony Gwynn, who went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Gotta find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Fouled off. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Inside here with the hard stuff, and it's 2-1 now.
This could be a huge win for the guy on the mound if he's able to get out of this inning 1, 2, 3 and start fresh next inning with the middle of the order.
Now a ball lined to the left side. And a diving effort, but it's out of his reach, a foul ball. Two pitches fouled away. Swing and a liner. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Boy, D-Row, the pitch count keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. And this is another example of they're really making this guy work in this one.
Yeah, that's the grind right here. You put your hard hat on and try and find a way to get into that bullpen.
Up next, Ken Griffey Jr. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
Now a throw over to first, but the runner's back easily. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball one. Here's a look over to first, and the runner back. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
This is why I love having athleticism and speed on your team. You can tell the runner on first base is certainly messing with the mechanics of the pitcher.
Gwynn is off of first with 2 away. He's running. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. So no runs on one base hit, no errors, and no one left on. 7th inning coming up. It's a lead for the expansion era, 1-0. And now, Frank Thomas. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Well, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
First offering.
Ball one.
And he starts him out with one high and tight. Ball one. Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begin throwing. The 1-0.
That's ball 2-0.
Don't expect this pitcher to throw something over the heart of the plate. He's going to have to stay on the corners right here. Huge spot in this game. Do not miss over the heart and get beat.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
A little bit of a red flag here for me. 3 straight balls to start the 7th. Maybe tiring a bit.
Lays off, ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow. You're hanging on to a slim lead, and the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Seems like those are the ones that always come back to haunt you, so we'll see if that's the case here.
Stepping in next, Joe Carter. No hits for him to this point, not unlike many of his fellow teammates. From the stretch. Hard hit ball to second. And that's through for a hit. And that runner will hold up at second with 2 aboard now.
You know, as a former infielder, Danny, they always say you can't be in 2 places at once, but you got to be a little frustrated right here that ball found the hole.
That's a tough thing. You make a quality pitch, and the guy shoots one through the right side, normally a vacated spot right there. 9 out of 10 times somebody's there to make that play. Unfortunately, not, and now we've got a couple of guys on.
And now the first pitch. Pudge Rodriguez is in for the 3rd time as he swings and misses at that one. It's 0-1.
Hey, this guy's been throwing a gem so far. We're moving on later into this game, and he's right at about league average for first pitch strikes.
Swing and a miss as they get ahead of Pudge now, 0-2.
Aggressive swings out of him to start this at bat, but he hasn't been able to put the ball in play. Time to use that aggressiveness and make him chase now.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Weak grounder down the line at 3rd. But a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Ball and 2 strikes.
Looked like he just tried to do too much with that fastball right there. He overthrew it a little bit. That's pretty much the case when you airmail a fastball like that.
The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
Wow, this is a pretty good at-bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2. And he's seen a lot of pitches, too.
Now the payoff pitch home. And he misses ball 4. So now that potential tying run scoots up 90 feet to third base.
And when your pitch count gets over 100, you've got to expect them to lose a little bit of accuracy out there. And I think if he gets in any more trouble, they might come get him. We'll see if he can finish strong.
The batter will be Grady Sizemore, trying to bring in the tying run from third here. First pitch on the way.
When you're hitting in a situation like this, you have to find a way to slow your heart rate down. The pitcher's the one with all the pressure. You're looking to keyhole something middle of the plate and drive some runs in.
The 1-0 home. Misses for the second ball.
Nowhere to put anybody. 2-0 count, not a good spot to be in as a pitcher.
Has a look, now the pitch. 2-1.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Dribbled up the line. Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now, 3-2.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
And he popped him up. And he has delivered one of the biggest at-bats of the afternoon as he cashes in with a base hit. And the runner from second is in to score. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
You know, it's awfully difficult to score runs late in the game after being down by 1, DeRo. That base hit drives in 2. That's a huge base hit.
What a momentum swing. What an AB right there. Now you got to grab your leather and go out and flash some D for the boys.
Now out of the dugout comes the manager as he'll make his way towards the mound. And he's going to motion for the bullpen as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. He'll leave after 6 and at the very least kept his club in it to this point. Bert Blyleven comes on now in an awfully difficult situation as there are 2 on here with nobody out. In now, Pedro Martinez. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down to Morgan at the bag. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out. And now here is Craig Biggio, and their runners at the corners now. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Lifted down the line in left. Oh, 0-1. Here it comes. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball and play hard.
The 2-1 home.
Oh, that's out.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit in now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike.
That's 3 straight sliders in a row. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he went to that well a 4th time. I'd be looking heated.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
To the plate now, Jimmy Rollins. No balls and a strike to count. Looking to keep this a 1-run game, the pitch. Swing and a miss as he pulls the top hand over. It's 0-2.
Hey, this could be a huge momentum swing for this team right here. Relief pitcher has come busting through the gates and done his job. Try and get this team back in the dugout where the offense can get rolling.
And Junior will make the catch, and the side is retired. So 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. On now to the bottom of inning number 7. It's a lead for the long ball era, 2-1. Bottom of the inning now, and here comes Junior.
Leading off, the center fielder, Dan Griffey.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Couldn't resist on that one, and he's behind 0-1. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. And it's a ball and a strike to Ken Griffey Jr. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Into the windup and the pitch. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a 1-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
At the plate, Mike Schmidt. Yes, he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. The windup and the 0-1.
Nope, that's down.
We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. The pitch. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. He'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
Ready with his 100th pitch of the ball game. Willie Stargell stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Hey, he's looking to punch out the side right here. And if this guy's going to do him favors and swing outside the zone, that's exactly what's going to happen.
1-1 the count now. Now here's the pitch. Oh, he pulls the string on the circle change. 1-2.
Boy, he looks strong out there on the mound this inning. He's got a chance to punch out the side in order and against the middle of the order, too.
The 1-2. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. Martinez over to his right. No problem with this one, and the inning is over. Ready to begin the 8th, and that'll give way to the third baseman, Chipper Jones. And now the first pitch. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone.
Well, if you could throw it for a strike consistently, a first pitch changeup is effective. Hitters are almost never looking for it.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
1 ball. 2
Hey, I
strikes.
get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away, but that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff man on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
Stepping in now, Vladimir Guerrero. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The windup and the 0-1.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
High and deep down the left field line.
Ah, man, just a hair early on that one and just pulled it foul. He's going to have to find a way to refocus. Not easy to continue an AB after you just went deep foul.
Here's a pop-up now, and this is taken in for the second out.
The first baseman, number 35, Frank Thomas.
So next to bat will be Frank Thomas. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. First pitch on the way. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact.
Like to see him be looking to the opposite field with this next swing. Pitcher's trying to work you away.
Now the 2-0.
Hey!
Down the left field line and deep. Here now the 2-2. He's offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 3. Trevor Hoffman is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. So here is Mike Piazza. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. First offering.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
Up around the letters with that one for ball 2. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 2-0 on the way. Outside, 3-0 now.
Great situation right here. Leading off the inning, you gotta find a way to get on base any way possible. But I don't like to take the aggression away from hitters. If it's in your zone, I want you swinging.
Swinging away, and now the count will be 3-1.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
3-2 now. And it's fouled away. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
At the plate now is Cal Ripken. He bounced out last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result. That's his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Didn't threaten the zone there. Looked like it might have actually popped out of his hand a little early. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning. Well, look there at the numbers for our two starters here today, with both guys recently departed from the ball game and looking on from the dugout. Next up is Joe Morgan. He flew out in his last AB. Set. Here it comes. And he fouls this one off.
Hey, this is a left-handed hitter that can fly down the line. If they want to turn 2, they're going to have to be almost perfect.
The 0-1 pitch. Runners off for second. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Piazza leads off first with 1 away. And he misses there, 1-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. And a breaking ball down and in here as he's got to hop out of the way there. Grounded up the first baseline. Fielded cleanly, one there. On the first, it's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. So they go down without a whimper here. We've played 8 full. The Beasts lead it 2-1. Now into the box, Joe Carter. He'll be charged with trying to get on board, leading off the 9th. First delivery to him. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Ball. 1-1. Hey.
And he takes something off there as this is swung on and missed, and there's one gone here in the ninth.
One of the toughest pitches to hit, the straight changeup, right? El Cambio. Hadn't seen it in that entire at-bat, and what happens? Gets the string pulled on him right there. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
Into the box now, Pudge Rodriguez. High in the air out to center field. Griffey waits on it, and that's the second out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 24, Grady Sizemore.
Stepping up is Grady Sizemore. In his last appearance, he singled home a pair of runs. And now the first pitch. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. The pitch. One-run game here in the top of the ninth. Very high, 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
And obviously, this guy's a double threat up there. He can run, and he can go yard, too. You don't want to walk him because he might steal a base on you, but you don't want to groove a fastball either.
And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And what an effort on the running play to end the inning. Nothing across here this half of the inning. 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the ninth. Beasts out in front here, 2-1. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Mariano Rivera comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth. George Brett will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Brett.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. And this is low, ball 1.
1-0.
That's inside. 2-0.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there, that cutter inside. And that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood in a broken bat.
2 balls and a strike.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Set and the 2-1 pitch. And he lays off again, ball 3.
You could pretty much book it that a fastball's coming. A challenge fastball right here. He cannot allow the 9-hole hitter to get on base with the top of the order looming.
And, might have thought it was high, but it's a strike. 3-2 now.
Hey, it looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
Three-two pitch. High pop-up. Jones is under it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And there's a final look at the numbers for the starter in this one, and he'll be very happy with how the day went.
Hey, what a great job of mixing speeds and mixing up his pitches. 2 hits allowed in this one. Dominant performance.
At the plate now, Ricky Henderson. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. The 1-0. Popped him up. Thomas is there. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
The batter, the right fielder, Tony Gwynn.
So the next to bat will be Tony Gwynn. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. He's set and the pitch.
Look at the radar gun on that slider. Off-speed pitch, 91 miles an hour. That's just pure filth.
And it's quickly 0-2. Swinging a soft liner, and he'll put this one away, and with that, the ball game is over.
Man, we were treated to a nice pitcher's duel in this one. Both starters throwing strikes, they worked deep, and both were in command of the game. It really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun game to watch.
Pitching and defense game, 2-1 the final score this afternoon. The Beasts jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Pedro Martinez is the winning pitcher of record. Nolan Ryan pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
Here now is our final line score. First for the victorious Bees. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the home team, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 44 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please